I'm gonna give y'all a secret. How did I make it out in society 22 years? Well, behind every successful man is a strong woman. Goes through all the transitions with him. That's what keeps him level headed through communication and understanding. Builds a great team. Yahweh, family. That's how you do it. Stay focused and stay blessed. What's up, man? IKIR, family. I'm going to keep it real. I was sitting back just contemplating on the journey that I've been in and I'm still going through. And you always hear that, man. What's up with your transition? Was it easy? No, every day is a struggle. But as long as you recognize your strengths and your weaknesses, it makes it become a little bit more easier. I ain't gonna say that it's gonna become simpler, because life is not simple. I got some words that I could say, and for those who just got out the situation or might be going to the situation, change is gonna start with you. It could be people around you that's holding your change up. You know, you got to get your new circle. People who think positive. Because I believe I was put here to tell y'all, if y'all got my old me, it'll be a whole different story. And the reason I'm saying that, man, because sometimes I do slip up, man. And I think about, I call them passes. But one thing that stopped me from thinking like that on some occasions, because I'm not perfect, is my family. All my loved ones that supported me and still supporting me, and a good team. But it's a struggle every day. Not falling back in any characteristics of the old you. Let me say it like this, the old me. And I always wonder, I say, man, it's something better out there. Why it seem like we always getting pressed down on? I used to say to myself, I say, get your foot off my neck. That's how I used to look at life. I wasn't allowed to be myself in a lot of senses. Like I said before, I'm a cool cat, but the world make you into what the world make you. But one thing I had to find out was the environment that I put myself in. We was all trying to get through it. But now I must say, I'm a better man today. And that's from the team. My wife, my kids, my in-laws, my immediate family, and Yahweh. For those who don't know what the meaning of Yahweh is, it's God, Heavenly Father. And you know, you get them times where you just alone and you conversating with yourself like, man, you came a long way, man. Then you start looking around. You didn't have that years ago, the stuff you have now. So it had to be somewhat of a transition. Mental thinking, physically acting positivity out. That's crazy, right? But it's possible. I'm going to leave y'all with this quote, or should I say message, because that's what I'm doing. I listen to a lot of philosophers, a lot of scholars, read a lot of books. But let me understand this. A person who do not study is useless, worthless. It is no reason for you to keep acting like people around you are your enemy. You might be your own enemy. Self-evaluation is what it's called. And I call it too, policing. Police yourself, man. Respect yourself enough to get right, stay right. And I'm going to leave you with this message, man. Like and subscribe. And stay focused. One.
Express this. I've never expressed this, but how do I start? I was never able to understand the concept of greatness. As time went on and I've gotten older and I've met many journeys on people that I met on my journey and people who I've read about on my journey. I read that greatness in itself doesn't come with goodness. The two don't coexist with one another. I spent all my life trying to become great because I had such a low self-esteem. And I realized late in life, well, I say I'm 47, but late in my life, that all great men are not good men. And then so I tried to embark on a whole different career and try to become good. But what's the concept of good? Being a floor mat, I never understood the concept of good. And the concept of good is pretty much then, I must be a politician, because politicians are always striking for goodness and always trying to win votes from people. And only reason that we win votes because they believe that we're good. So how do we live in those two dimensions at once? You want that greatness for self-gratification, but you want goodness from a human perspective. And I really have no idea, no clue how do I juggle both of them and be in harmony. And then in all actuality, they don't exist. You have to pick a side.
Keep the head down when you come up with the H. Keep your head down. Yeah, I mean, it's not coming up, but it's starting to come up. You can make it perfect. It's good, but it's not perfect.
I respect a person who's willing to die for what he truly wants. Even if it's love, even if it's a woman, whatever it is that he truly believes in, and that he believes that it transcends him to that level to demand for love, for instance. I look at love as a command to just rise to your greatest potential, you know, and that's how people should feel. Their objective should be to rise to their best potential in life. If it's to lose 30 pounds, if it's to pass a test, it should be to win a fight, to be admired by people all over the world. It should allow you to rise to your greatest potential, that you look at yourself in the most grandest fashion. The value of history is not necessarily scientific but moral. By liberating our minds and, you know, deepening our sympathies and fortifying our will, we can control pretty much. History allows us to control not society but ourselves, which is a much more important thing to do, you know what I mean? And it would allow us to pretty much meet the future more so than foretell it. And for that reason alone, that we always have to, in order to predict the future, we have to always look through the past, because very rarely does time does not repeat itself, and it always will repeat itself. I've heard a quote before in the book that we would be fools to think historically that the past is us in funny clothes, but the past is us in funny clothes. And that's truly what it is. That's somebody that really said a really profound statement, but he misquoted what he was saying. He must have been saying it backwards, because that's really what the past was. It's just us in funny clothes in different times. That's really what it is.
Is boxing for you really about revenge?
No, it's just that, you know, I never take my losses personal, because I didn't take it personal. I'm not trying to even the score. I'm moving on to other places which are probably dark and places I've never been before, but I'm not afraid to go there. I'm not afraid to lose in life. I'm not afraid to do anything. I won't do anything. Matter of fact, I won't do anything. Matter of fact, like my show, there's nothing I would do unless I have a possibility of being humiliated. If I can't be humiliated, if I fail, I don't want to do it. Because only by doing that, I would rise to my highest potential. Because when I succeed, I truly succeed. I'm a fucking student of war. I know all the warriors from Charlemagne, Achilles, the #1 warrior of all warriors. From near Alexander, Napoleon, I know them all. I read them all, I studied them all. I know the art of fight. I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied. That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring. Because that's all I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for. Now those days are gone. It's empty. I'm nothing. I'm working on being the art of humbleness. Can you believe me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss them. Because sometimes I feel like a bitch. Because I don't want that person to come out, because if he comes out, hell is coming with him. I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.